Did we get...
Because Karen Colby.
in prison in Ireland. Do you guys believe in ghosts at all? No.
Something has explanations, but I don't think it does. It feels like it's
Oh, Vaughn.
What's up, guys? It's Sam Colby.
Today we're here with Wilbur George. Woo! Oh my god!
It's Mike clicked on this video and even I wasn't expecting to see us.
No,
we could have thunk it.
Today we are here at what is considered Ireland's Alcatraz, but it's actually 10 times bigger than the Alcatraz we know.
It's literally the biggest prison in all of UK and Ireland.
It's an island in Ireland.
And the ferry left. We can't leave if we wanted to.
We're stranded. I can swim.
It's not too far, just over the...
Nice to Daddy Baba.
You can do that swimming.
Sure, go on ahead. Thank you, Daddy. You're welcome, sis.
Do you guys believe in ghosts at all? I'll be fine as long as nothing touches me. If nothing touches me, I'm not going to be happy.
There's a ghost right there.
Oh!
They ruined the intro.
They ruined the
Why would they ruin it? That was all one take.
Alright, we have to start over.
Do I believe in ghosts? I don't know.
Scale of 1 to 10.
This is a solid 5.5.
5.5?
It's
Alright.
just above the middle. Something happens like there's little cogs turning in my brain, making me think.
So if you get touched tonight, are you going to believe?
I feel like I'm not going to be...
Wait, hold on.
If I get touched,
Wait a second.
I'm like a 2. If something touches me, I'm a 10. The guy who dropped us off here described how someone felt like a stroke on the back of their neck and someone went in their ears. If I hear that, it becomes a 10. And I'm swimming.
Alright guys, so today's goal is get Wilbur and George touched.
Get us
By a ghost, alright? Let's get started.
Touch Wilbur and George.
Yeah, please touch me. I need it.
Guys, as we just got dropped off on this island, right when we came into the doors, our car broke down. Did the car just die?
Why did the car just...
As soon as we come in? Yo, wait! Car broke down immediately! Someone doesn't want us here!
I'm mounting the cannon.
Grab my cannon. Colby?
Oh, dude, what's it? What's it transaction?
Welcome to Spike Island, a.k.a. Ireland's Alcatraz.
AKA the biggest prison in UK and Ireland.
Ireland was going through a famine called the Great Hunger. A lot of people in Ireland were stealing food, doing petty crimes. Because of that, an overwhelming amount of people were sent to prison, meaning they had to open up this, which, yes, like Colby just said, ended up becoming the largest prison in the world at the time.
Imagine this. You're starving in Ireland because your potatoes are gone. And so you try to steal some food for yourself and your family, and you get sent to an island where you get treated like crap just for stealing something like bread.
Some of the prisoners here were as young as 12 years old, just finding food for family.
Living conditions were so rough that people would just die left and right because it was so cramped.
Guys, thousands of people died at this prison. It was one of the most brutal prisons ever. Things got so bad here at this prison that suicide became the leading cause of death among prisoners.
Plus, there were a ton of diseases being spread around, like tuberculosis, which caused even more people to die. And speaking of, all around the prison, there are mass graves that can have anywhere from 200 to 1,000 bodies buried in them.
The prisoners here were treated so bad, this place was nicknamed Hell on Earth. In the worst year of this prison, a prisoner would die every single day. But in the last couple decades, the bodies and the graves that were around here were exhumed, meaning that if there were spirits that were residing there, they were disturbed recently.
Great! Guys, there's been shadow figures spotted around here, voices heard, people kicked, scratched, and not to mention there's even demonic energy in the buildings here. I hope Wilbur and George are ready for this night.
I don't know, Vaughn.
Would you mind closing up the doors there? Oh, great. Now we're really trapped in here.
I had one prisoner on my tour, and he told me when they were going through these gates, that was the last bit of freedom he saw.
So we're seeing what he's seeing right now, because we're going to die here.
Yo.
We're going to stay here forever. Bless you.
Inside here.
Bless you.
Wait, guys.
Yeah, get your butt shot. I don't like that you said
Hey guys,
What would you go to jail for?
being too tall.
Yeah.
That's where the demons hide out.
Colby, we have a video to film.
Yeah. This is like what, like 4 football fields or
Your
something?
brother's
They're
hungry.
just
Go
space.
cook
That's
your
not much
brother.
rehabilitation.
I'll be right back.
They'd just be
handcuffed and walk through here occasionally.
And what did you tell me that you learned about, like, the English people?
Oh, most of the ghosts he told us are either ex-British soldiers who died here, / people who would want to kill real-life British people here.
Oh, great. You guys are going to be our ghost bait tonight.
Yeah. Oh, I like that title.
Ghost bait 1, ghost bait 2.
Yeah.
Look, has A on it, A block. The one place that they said possibly could have a darker energy that might not be a spirit. Flipped a coin or like draw sticks to get one specific room at the very end of A block because of how demonic it was. Even the prisoners, convicts, were scared of this block.
So number one.
So my own name is Carl. I am one of the tour guides here on Spike Island.
What is your name?
We're like one of our newer guys.
Alright.
So we're going to try and see if we can find a ghost for order tonight.
Oh, let's do it. You want to be ghost bait too?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
They keep calling me Ghost Bait.
He wants to get touched tonight.
I don't want to get
Here you go. Here's your burger.
Guys in this place, definitely interesting place to
Thanks.
visit us.
Welcome.
fucking haunted, right?
If you believe in your ghost, then this is the place. Absolutely.
We don't believe a lot.
I was a skeptic about ghosts and spirits. After working here, after experiencing things
With
myself,
eight.
I have a very different opinion now. The reason why they did
Good
that
then,
is
you know,
because
that cockpit
Victorian they didn't
pieces.
want one convict prisoner
Thank you, Debbie.
couldn't
You're welcome.
communicate with another
Good
because
stuff.
this was all silent camp. No communication was allowed. If they had to communicate, they'd have to scream at the top of their voice
Come
so
on.
nobody could hear them.
That's so scary.
All black with 2 eye slits.
I don't know, can you see if you put on turn off?
Shit, sorry.
If you do it again, now imagine now with these lights off and you're stuck in here for years. You have the prisoner next to you groaning, screaming, crying, laughing, and there's no fresh air in your room. That's why you do not want to torture. So static lights and static lights. Wow. I'm just you can hold this one out.
You broke it.
Yeah. I'll show you something now.
Yo, he's fearless, bro. What the fuck?
Thinking it's kind of crazy.
He's the one about to get crazy.
In 1856, a guard named William Reddy was attacked by 2 teenage inmates named Power and Norris. Power got in an argument with William Reddy, and because of that, he got sent to solitary confinement in the tunnels and got slashed in the noggin by a sword.
Pissed off until he flooded his revenge.
Here's Wilbur and George. So after plotting their revenge, about a month later, both Power and Norris went to the A-block building and knocked William Reddy in the head with a blunt object and basically beat him to death.
Said that they needed help with their light at nighttime, so he came in to help, and then they like bashed him on the back of the head, and they were just like, look, if our prisoners are murdering guards, these few solitary confinement cells probably aren't enough. That's why they built punishment blocks.
So it all came down from one murder?
Yeah.
Wow.
That singular murder actually created the building we're standing in right now. The punishment block. Where do they get their vitamin D? They got no D here. So we'll get into the punishment block a little bit more later. However, the story of William Reddy and his murder are where a lot of the hauntings begin. It is said that Powers himself is contacted often in the tunnels. Hopefully we can catch a bunch of soldiers that are down there, as well as Powers himself in the solitary confinement.
Ew.
Dude, look at this stuff on the wall. Like, what is that? Why does that look like it's from a small museum?
Oh, dude. Is that from Stranger Things?
Cobweb mixed with mold.
What? Yeah, perfect. Who's sleeping in the coffin tonight, boys?
We're gonna find out who's gonna be. I don't think I'm gonna fit, boys. I think I might be too big for my own coffin.
Oh my god.
I'm never dying. Did I do that?
George, go in there. Get in the hole, George.
Oh, that's sad. Oh, shit. Oh, God.
Who would have thought laying in a coffin felt weird?
Oh, my God.
Some shadow figures caught in the tunnel. Perfect. That's exactly what. No! Look at it.
Oh my god.
Here's the difference.
That must feel good. You've been in there like hours. Okay, I'm going to be nerdy now. In Ghost paranormal terms, it's a really good evening for it. They believe it's to do with electromagnetic fields and how they interfere with people's natural brainwaves, and it feels very staticky already. You can sort of feel it in the air, which is going to be good. The theory is ghosts use electromagnetic fields to gain energy to interact with the material world.
So you're saying we're going to catch a ghost tonight?
I am, yeah.
You said this place was all built out of limestone, right?
All built in limestone,
Is that like a conductive stone of like electricity or something? Like a charged stone?
No, to be able to capture and hold energy better than any other material.
It feels like almost like a lightning storm kind of level of staticky in the air, you know?
This place was known as Ireland's Hell, and it's solely because of this building here. We call it the Punishment Block. And do you see here now? There was windows there now. There was very few windows in the building. It was built to be dark, cold, damp, and uncomfortable as possible. You'd be in there chained by your hands, by your feet, and by your neck inside there. And you'd be there for 23.5 hours a day, from days to weeks, from months to years. This place was alive with sounds. Screaming, crying, laughing, talking complete gibberish. Basically, losing their minds.
Jesus.
This is probably like the most cruel.
This is possibly the most cruel building, yeah.
The Punishment Block, aka the building we're in right now, is known to be one of the most haunted buildings in the entire prison. Just like solitary confinement in the tunnels, prisoners were also shackled here to the walls in complete darkness, so they were completely malnourished, whipped sometimes if they were being too loud or causing trouble, and forcibly put in uncomfortable positions for hours on end. And because of that, paranormal investigators have said that they can hear wailing and moaning from the halls of this building.
People have reported crying and wailing in one room and hysterical laughter in another. Like the emotion and the trauma that was trapped in these walls is staggering.
I can't imagine a more evil place than hearing somebody like crying over here and literally laughing. That's so scary.
It was a cruel, cruel place, and that is what makes it so haunted.
Catwoman.
And like I said earlier, the only reason why this punishment block exists is because of the murder of William Reddy. He is known to walk the halls of this building. So maybe we can get some contact tonight.
Wilbur's going first again, alright. This is how I imagine a prison. This is what a prison looks like in my head. It's exactly like this.
Wait, did you just hear that?
What? No, go for it.
No, it's just you can hear the chain thing.
And she turned off all the switches. There shouldn't be any sound in here.
Wait, what is the noise?
I don't know. I don't know why.
Wait, what? Whoa.
So there shouldn't be any noise at all?
But the heat is supposed to turn off.
What is that noise?
I don't know.
You guys know that?
There was a convict prisoner. He ended up hanging himself from the chains, his own chains. He ended up hanging up above here.
Here it is.
Back here.
Yeah, it was here.
So everything's off, but somehow that is still running.
Well, I mean, that's perfectly explainable.
Oh my god, that looks terrifying.
The abandoned cells.
This takes me back to the abandoned days.
The other two places I can deal with when I get started. This, I'm not going to enjoy it, I think. I believe in ghosts. This is just a scary place to be. This is like, it might be hard to tell on camera because the last two places were sort of scary, but this is worse for some reason. And I don't know why, which, someone's going to be in the comments like, genuinely, this feels a lot worse. A lot worse.
So, are you volunteering that this is the place you're going to sleep tonight?
If I have to. Your own stuff is so true.
Yeah.
This place is scary, man. It's a scary location.
Somebody took a photo from here. I just didn't think anything
But
else.
no point.
Gotta go in, have a look to the right. That's what showed up.
Oh, hanging person, right?
It's a giant black mask.
Oh, it's hell.
Or is he hanging from...
I think he's hanging. Oh, it looks like he keeps all of that.
Now moving on to the building A block, it is known as one of the most evil spots of this entire island. Why? Because it was where William Reddy was murdered by Howard and Norris with those blunt objects. That evil act of violence, along with just the trauma overall in A block,
block still to this day has not been rebuilt. So half of it is just overgrown.
And who knows, maybe we could talk to William Reddy there too, because that's where he was murdered.
It is said that the tunnels, Punishment Block, and A Block are all connected via that murder.
This was the building where William Reddy got murdered. This also was where the riots happened in 1985, and the Navy say that this area was where they sent evil presence.
Oh my god.
Hey, pigeon!
Hey, pigeon.
Okay, go attack you.
Oh, he's gonna shit on my head.
We're always more scared of pigeons than we are actually.
You see that's all bricked up? They're called Sally Ports. In 1921, those guys here, their jobs were to brick this up. What they did is they covered themselves in mud. They told 7 of them, would you jump into our bed? So when the officer went through, counted all the heads, he went down below to count the other heads. The guys from the front, top, they opened up the floorboard, jumped down into their cells.
George and Wilbur tried to ask us about that, so you're not gonna want to miss this.
To burn on the one.
What happened?
Right, we've come back here hoping to make it happen. Right here on camera, everyone heard it. This fucking door knocked. What? It went knock, and everyone in our chat, me and George immediately stop and look, and chat is just going, what the fuck? We're here right now.
Whoa! That's a lot longer than I expected.
We're here right now.
It came at the perfect time.
You guys are actually shocked. Yo! That's actually really good.
No way.
Oh my god.
That was a clean knock.
That was like
This building ain't even home.
if it was like a creak, that's one thing, but that was definitely a knock. A clean knock.
It's a good sign.
How are you guys feeling? Can I get some thoughts before we start the investigation?
I'm ready, I'm feeling good about this one. I'm not looking forward to the next one. I might even have to leave early on that one.
Whoa! You guys got an open mind to this?
I do, we're ready to go.
Alright guys, so we are going to be going down not only into the deep dark depths of the tunnel, but we're going to go to the solitary confinement to start our investigation. You guys ready? Yeah! Yay! Let's go on a little hill! We're here in solitary confinement. This used to be a bunch of different cell blocks and urinals right by the podium. Smells great around here.
He got the KF2.
Okay.
Not KF2.
This is an EMF detector. If there is a rise or fall of electromagnetic energy, this will detect it. This is just flashlight. Basically, it's just a regular Home Depot flashlight. Turn it on this way, turn it off this way.
Getting real.
Yeah.
This is getting real, man.
And there are 2 guys here on the right-hand side.
Full transparency, there's 2 people behind there.
If you hear a crazy screech from over there, it's probably not a ghost.
Or maybe a banshee.
It's really cold.
It's so cold.
It's designed to be this cold because the gunpowder they were keeping here needed to not be able to be triggered, and it was too hot. Someone tapped their feet the wrong way, and suddenly...
So this is a temperature reader. That's what it was inside my bag. So I should probably go down.
What is Fahrenheit? What's Celsius?
69.
Which...
Both flashlights are set up.
Flashlights on either side of the hole. If you have an answer, yes or no question. All you need to do is go up to them and tap them, twist them, and they'll turn on and off.
Super
You
simple.
guys can do the honor.
Says anyone here? Turn this flashlight on. Now.
Okay, how about this?
Demand the correct application of once you got.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
I feel like we should try a different area of the house. Let's say goodbye. Let's say thank you for answering our questions. We will leave you alone. Goodbye.
One, I think we're talking to a guard. Two, they weren't necessarily happy that we were here. They did not want us here. You could tell us like spot on.
100%.
Saying like we should talk about that. I like that.
No, it was instant. I purposefully gave it a really specific like I said, I'm specific. So I purposefully gave it a super specific base and it did it both.
Have you ever seen flashlights do anything like that?
No. Never.
How does it talk? That's what we're trying to figure out. Thank you so much for talking to us. We're going to go to another place. If you want to follow us, you can continue talking with us. You may. Let's get out of here.
They call me the slug sucker.
Last November this happened?
Yeah, that's just going around that corner. Did you see that corner?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, yeah. So it's almost close. Look at that.
That's really strange.
Wait, whoa!
We got three there.
Yeah, right now.
Two, that was the switch and hit three, that's where it was. It was like in.
Is there something right here with us? Right here. We're in the hallway that we were in earlier. Right next to my face. This piece of equipment is called the Envoy. It's actually our newest piece of equipment, and honestly, one of our favorites. This has three different ways of communication, and it's very, very straightforward. Ask yes or no questions, ask numbers, letters, anything. So I can just go up and hit it, and it will say yes or no.
It sounds like one of like those really old Game Boys or something.
Right here.
So the photograph there will be
King of Bronze.
and the thing here, which makes sense because like I said, this will be busy.
Did that just squeak? That might have been.
Jules, my foot.
Wait, everyone jump and see the squeak.
No. Oh.
It didn't.
It broke.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God, dude, your thing.
Oh my God!
It's going crazy. It got to three
Your
again.
phone in here.
No.
Okay, it was when he was holding it here, that's what I was thinking.
Alright, let's see if this thing goes small. What if it goes small?
Oh my God.
exactly.
Not see beyond. No one was seeing you bashing your just head in. I'm really not looking forward to that. Most haunted place in that. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm gonna be honest, I'm scared. I'm really frightened of it. I'm frightened.
Well, I thought that this one would be the most tame, these tunnels. But to be quite honest, that was pretty intense.
I think it's fair to let a ghost not want to talk to us. I would be surprised if we find a single ghost here that wants to convene with us. Because of the nature of where we are, the nature of this location is not a positive place. It never has been.
Or do you think it could be because you guys are English?
Oh!
They can hear your accent.
Yo!
Well, the lucky thing is that there's not very many non-religious based ghosts
Yeah.
that can hurt you beyond leaving the location.
True.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna get cursed, luckily.
Unless we do.
We go back to England and we just have terrible luck.
The knock came from the chapel. Remember our knock?
Oh, wait.
It came from the chapel.
That's what that was? A chapel?
Let us enter.
Punishment block.
So sick. So sick. Wow. I'm ready to fucking punish.
That's what? Alright guys, so we are here at the punishment block, aka the reason why this is called Hell on Earth. But before we go in, guys, come on, get the freaking new merch.
Yeah.
Down below, shopexplore.com. Just gotta get a quick little plug in there. And all the extra stuff that doesn't make the actual video. As you guys know, explorerclub.com, see all the behind the scenes.
The naked shit.
Yeah, pretty much it's all naked.
My hellacious cock is on display. 4K HD.
He's not lying.
You filmed a whole separate video 12 hours ago. Does this look like the face of a lion, of a corpulent British? I think not. Let's go and be punished.
Whoa!
Whatever we see in the distance.
Oh, hell no. I'm glad you had to point that out for everybody.
When we see something walking there, the way to leave is towards it.
And that's when they possess you.
We can go over here.
Oh no.
Dude.
Was it already on or something?
It should be on.
Have you ever seen this before?
I haven't.
This is a music box. It's pretty simple. If something goes in front of the sensor, walks in front of it, it's going to play music.
Like basically just a motion sensor.
I like music boxes. They're so scary. Give a bit of a distance from us so there's no chance we can trigger it ourselves.
And Carl's not here this time with us.
Yeah, we're on our own ski.
Wait, what?
It is detecting something.
Wait!
They turned it on and on.
You guys just saw how it worked. Why was that?
Wait, yeah, let's recalibrate this with skeptic.
Okay.
Turn it off, turn it back on.
Yeah.
There's no bronze.
Wait, that was voices, right?
Voices in here. That's Carl.
Radio car. Where it is.
Hey, Carl.
No one's out here.
What the fuck?
You guys all heard that, right?
Yeah, that's
It was voices.
I didn't hear it. 100% voices. Can we watch the footage back?
You might not be able to hear.
We'll do a replay if you can hear it. So the main thing that's heard in the punishment blocks is talking voices.
Two murmur
From the guards.
Two men.
That's pretty much exactly what we heard. It was talking about conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, the light went off, which was pretty fucking weird.
Because you just debunked that as not motion sensor, right?
Yeah. We need to go back to the okay, so there was a noise. You can replay the clip. There was a noise we were hearing when we were investigating this place before dark. Actually, it didn't talk.
It was an electrical thing.
It was very there was no talking.
It was metal. Because wasn't it up? Didn't you already look at it? It was up the stairs.
Yeah, and it didn't talk.
Alright.
Let's
Let's go make sure it's not talking.
up here.
Yeah, I think he said it was this all the way to the right.
It's talking. See, no talking.
That is just machine.
It doesn't talk.
That's just machine. So what were those voices?
Let's go back. Oh, God. We've been bugged. What the fuck?
So this right here is the spirit box. Wilbur, I'm sure you know what this is, right? Basically what this does, Joe, is it scans through radio
Scanning through radio frequencies and using.
It just died. It literally just died.
How many discs have I had? 24, now 25.
Murmuring.
That's murmuring.
That's murmuring voices.
It's going off so much now.
When was the last time we charged it?
I don't know. We have put new batteries in at the beginning of the trip. There's definitely, I shouldn't have done that. There's the depth. Yeah.
Come to the gallery. Let's hear if we can hear in this spot. That way the big gate will. What the fuck? Can't hear it. Can you hear it? Which?
It's much more faint. What do you hear? There it was. That to me sounded most like a voice, and that came from this side, I thought.
What? 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 Oh no.
What did you just see?
Right at the end of that corridor, I saw something move.
No, you're lying. What
I'm
the
not wearing my
fuck?
glasses, and but the light was completely still. Oh, there's a bird. I think. No. It was big. It wasn't that. I can promise you.
It wasn't the bird?
It wasn't the bird. It was tall. It was like cut. It was the best way to think. It was attached to the floor.
Can you describe it? Like.
No, I didn't really make. I'm grabbing my glasses on. It was just something that moved. Like it didn't really move. Okay, so I stood here.
Well, much larger than a bird.
I saw something move. It was attached to the floor. I saw something move, and I went ooh, and then came back, and it's not there.
No way. Is that the first thing you've ever seen like that before?
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's fucking crazy.
Okay, Skeptic, it could have been a shadow, but look, I can't see what was coming. Look, let me move my torch. Watch, ready? Look down there. Like, what? Right, okay, so from what you can see there's like that shiny thing on the door. A little bit above that.
So, a little more human height.
Yeah, very short human. But this is where they saw a child, right?
Yes. After the prison, like recently, within the last few years.
I can still hear the voice. I don't want to go down there.
That sounds like.
What is that at the way in?
That's a bat.
There's a fucking bat.
From my knowledge of video games, that was like a shadow person. That was like a shadowy figure. From my fear, I have a suggestion. Shall we try and listen from the outside?
Dude, what is happening?
That was fuck. I don't even know what to say.
Like, what did it look like a person?
I'm sorry, I can't tell you. It was. I had my glasses on. It was just like a thing.
But it was 100% bigger than a pigeon.
It was okay. So the best way to describe
That
it was.
thing, whatever that thing was, like the bat or the bird.
It was 100% bigger than that. 100% bigger. It wasn't a little thing going woo. It was a thing attached to the ground that moved left.
Like this high.
I don't know. I didn't see if it took a step. I didn't see if it flew. It just.
It was there for the split second, then when you
But that's
left.
the thing where I went oh.
But then when you came back, almost as if someone walked out.
It was like here, yeah.
Yeah, so let's go up to the windows.
But also this is where we hear the talking, right? Yeah, this is it. But that's the corridor. There's nothing here, but this is close to where the voice is coming from.
Wait, we came out of this. I think we can enter right in here, just like the first door.
I don't want to. Do we have the EMF reader?
No, the EMF's on the floor.
Unless George has it. George?
Do you have the EMF?
No, it's on the floor.
Should we go in?
Oh, God. Ooh.
Oh,
Man,
it is.
Wood lights.
I like rolling boy better.
Oh my God, that's so
We're gonna get smacked in the face like that, I swear.
holy shit, it's right next to your head. God, I'm getting fucking
Every other thing that we've seen today, like the one in the tunnel, I wasn't totally convinced. But I can't explain what I saw because it moved independent of my light, which is how you would discern. Because obviously if I'm moving my light, I can tell, oh yeah, that's moving as I move my light.
I mean, we could stand just right here. Oh, God, that thing scares me every time. Oh, push. That was a footstep. That was weird. That was a growl. Yeah, it was a no. That was like a gurgle.
Way loud. That was not the machinery then.
No. Can you give us another sign? Can you make that noise happen again? This is the spirit box.
If there anyone who's been in here that would like to speak to us, please use this device. If there is anyone here that would like to speak to us, please use this device to communicate with us. Use the words being spoken on one of the stations. us a sign independent of the radio to
Turn
confirm
the button.
what you've just chosen. And talking stuff.
That's loud. DQ and murder. I don't know if we should continue in this one. Alright, let's go. Yo, what the fuck?
We're not scared. Give us a sign to that.
Was that not a crash? Did no one else hear that?
We're not scared. Give us another sign. We aren't here to hurt you.
Oh my, hear it again?
George? I thought I did.
You did not see something.
George?
You did not.
No. I thought I saw like a little but
Like someone peeking out?
it could have been anything.
It feels like it's targeting me. It feels like it was like,
He's the biggest non-believer.
I still don't believe it. No, put it out there. I still don't believe it. I think that there's an explanation for everything. I feel like I'll have to say something.
He's so really good.
Explanations, but
Other things don't.
other things don't. It's so full of wisdom, George.
Alright guys, so
This is part where you tell us you're gonna murder us.
yes, say goodbye to George Wilbur.
They're the new ghosts of Spike Island.
This next section is a part we like to call 7 Minutes in Hell.
That sounds good.
Yeah, sounds great for everybody, but we like to challenge our guests to pick the scariest part of the place and see if they can survive 7 minutes.
Right here.
Alone. Some reminds me that Wilbur said, this place actually, this abandoned jail cell was actually the most scared part.
That one right there? Genuinely, this feels a lot worse.
Yeah.
Just me and George.
Both you guys.
Okay, I might be able to do that. I couldn't do it on my own.
Individually.
Oh.
In order to make this easier, maybe persuade you to be able to take this on, we got you a gift.
This is gonna help you guys out.
Figured you'd go in with weapons.
Oh, okay. I'm fucking ready.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. 1.9 combat. Alright, I think I slow. Boom. Boom. This is really like a fight.
Now I'm not scared at all.
As long as we can go in together, I'll fucking do it.
Holding the power of the diamond sword.